Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All I Can Geek Gamecast, episode 591. I'm one of hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Mike Sneedy,
What's up?
Corey Feinsod,
Ahoy!
and Tony Korkanakis.
Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers, to 591 of the Gamecast. We're on Twitch again, once again, folks. Live. Feel free to jump on and ask us a question when you feel like it. We do stream Tuesday nights, so once again, reminder, 8 o'clock, we start. Anyways, guys, this is the Gamecast. This has been a busy week for me. So I can go quickly. I played Elden Ring. I have status updates on that, and that's about it. I killed the Morgat.
Oh, the
Um,
rematch, yeah.
It is a rematch. I thought it was his brother. Isn't that his brother? Isn't that his brother? I thought that's the lore. I thought I read all that. Like that's his like.
Is
I thought
it?
that's his brother. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I thought that was his brother. So I guess. But I killed Godfrey obviously before that, which was that was an easy fight actually. He caught me off guard the first time,
What
but I
level are
killed
you
him.
again?
I'm way up there. It's not important, but yeah. So Godfrey killed me the first time because I got there with no potions left because I decided to slow kill all the enemies all the way up to him, not knowing I was on a boss. And then I realized that I would respawn anyways right at his spawn point because there's no like resting spot there, but there must have been a summoning piece. I didn't see it when I went in to fight him. So I luckily respawned right out in front, and then the second time with my mimic tier, which is amazing as a summon. My blood damage is just so stacking good. It's ridiculous with my mimic thing. It's the coolest build ever. It's the coolest build ever.
You got the nerfed
But
version,
we're
too.
huh?
You got the nerfed version of the Mimic tier, too. They nerfed it.
Yeah, I know I
in the
did.
last patch.
It's still. I mean, because
It's
the
still
blood
good.
build.
I know.
It's
It's
the blood.
still
The blood
good.
build. Yeah.
I know. It's still
I
good.
mean,
It was even more bullshit
I
before.
didn't even kill Morgot. You know who killed him? That dude. The blood build. He swung. Pop. There goes like a third of his health, and I'm like, oh my god. So there he went. But it was a fun fight though. That fight. I like that fight. So I'm in the Forbidden Land now. So I'm moving along. I'm going to finish this game. I'm not going to go level myself up anymore. That's done. The only thing I was doing now is leveling wise. I'm not improving my stats except for my stamina. That's the only thing I'm doing now when I level. Like I got a lot of experience for killing him, so I just put it in stamina to increase my weight that I can carry. So that's all I'm doing now. I'm not trying to improve my stats because I don't want to make it too easy for myself. But I'll tell you, the mobs kick your butt, man, more than the bosses. Like they really do hit hard. Like, cause you just take them for granted and they'll kill you. But I have to say, like, the world design in this game, guys, I think I don't know if I said it enough. Like the kingdom I was just in, incredible. I love that place. Like that was so much fun to go through. There's a little bit of platforming going on in it. There's it's fun. Like and it looks great. Really impressed. Really impressed with that. As this game goes on, the scenery gets even better. So that's all that's all I'm gonna say. That's really it for me. Like I said, I've been doing a lot of other stuff.
It
So
really
bowling,
does feel
a
like
lot of bowling.
it just does really feel like I don't want to take because I don't think he had like 100% direction of this, but like a book like written by like George R. R. Martin or like Brandon Sanderson and stuff like that, where it's like
Well,
you see these awesome details of like, wow, this is such a cool world to like be in and explore and just
it's you know what it is. It is like a book because it's unfolding the more you get into it. Like it's
Right.
getting larger as you go, and that's a George Martin story right there. I'll tell you that. It's getting huge. And this like I said, the interactions. It's just awesome stuff. It's such a grand. I think the reason why I like this too is it's got an anime feel where it's like the next level, the next boss, the next power up. You gotta get stronger for that next. It's just like you keep building up, and it keeps getting more grand and grand and grand, which is very Dragon Ball esque, but very obviously
Yeah,
from my
they
roots.
talked about how they want to work with Brandon Sanderson next.
Yes,
Something.
I think his additions to this would be amazing for a game like an Elden Ring 2 if he could work on that because he could actually work on that and give them a good story, and
he'd write it
I
in like
think
a
it would
week.
be
He'd be like,
awesome.
here you goes, guys. I wrote you a book.
Yeah.
They'd be like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, the
He,
lore would
had,
be
he's
amazing.
always wanted to work in video games, and he has a very good relationship with Epic Games and Donald Mustard. I think they're friends. I know that they've talked about stuff all the time. and he's always wanted to do things with games. And Blizzard had asked him to do stuff, to do some writing, but he didn't want to do it because they actually got offered some like writing stuff for Overwatch, but he said he didn't want to do it unless it was like going to be something that would interact with players. So he's got like all these ideas for games and what he wanted to do, and he's always wanted to do a Dark Souls style type of game. So it'd be interesting if they'd actually do.
I hope they do. Yeah.
Is it R.A. Salvatore? Is that the one that did the Amalur? Like, look at the lore that guy delivered on that game. It was crazy. And then Martin, obviously, they did that on purpose. They gave him a very small amount because they didn't want, that. They didn't. What was it? I forget what the.
He built the outline. He built the outline.
Yeah, he gave him an outline for it. But Sanderson can do what R.A. Salvatore did.
Dude, the guy freaking wrote 5 books in like.
Yeah.
No,
and I have full faith in him. Even like, again, like now you have an established world too. He doesn't even need a fresh start the way he works with his stuff. Like he is awesome at adapting to a world that he needs to. I've seen it with real time. Like it was so impressive how he did
because
that.
In the news article, I saw this was like, well, they want to work with Wheel of Time author Brandon Sanderson. I'm like, what? Why?
He's done so much other things, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not like Wheel of Time's not even his. You know, it's like.
But he did a great job in that finale. Like that's a finish right there. Man, again, like I'm not expecting Martin to finish this book properly. No offense to Martin, if he can finish it. But Sanderson met the expectations of that book to finish those books. Like he did perfect. Like that was a great ending to a book series, and I can't stress how that usually falls flat. You know what I mean? So I would love to see him at the helm of this kind of this like an Elden Ring 2. It would be so cool to have him writing for that. Holy crap. It'd be awesome. So, all right. That's it for me. Tony, what have you been playing?
No, more Kirby. Final Fantasy patch came out today, so I played the story mode of that a little bit. Just chugging along.
When you said that at first, I was like, they had a Final Fantasy patch for Kirby?
No, Kirby
and I'm like, how does that work? I got you then. For a second, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. So, all right. Corey.
Destiny.
Well, I got to play no Destiny actually.
Ooh.
I played
Tiny Tina.
a ton of Wonderlands.
Oh.
Yeah, I figured.
So much Wonderlands. So I beat the game and maxed my level, and the end game in this is very, very good. Like better than probably any like other end game other than Borderlands 2.
Okay. I see how far you went with this comment coming up right now.
So like basically once you beat the game, you have these chaos chamber things, and so you're doing these runs of different like arena battles essentially, and then there's modifiers that you can add to it, and it allows you to gain a resource to spend on getting more weapons and stuff. But what like I love about this game is that with Destiny, the gaming loop is great and the social aspect of it is fantastic, but you don't really have a way to like change up builds or make different like if you're playing a hunter, your hunter is going to do like one of 3 things, and that's pretty much so with this, like you just get to like mess around with the builds so much, and like what do you want to do? You want to be like a nice guy, you want to be a heavy spell person, you want to use like poison. You can just like go heavy into these different aspects and elements of the game and just like mix and match and like create all these unique different types of gameplay styles where like that's a lot of fun to do and figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. And I was very fortunate early on. I got like a drop of a legendary, which I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. I didn't really know what legendaries are in there, but what it's called is like the Buffmeister, and it's a spell, and spells are basically grenades. But what this one does, all it does is just boost everything. So you proc it, and then you get like a boost to your movement speed, your melee attack, your gun fire rate, your gun damage, and it just makes you like super like powerful for like 8 seconds. And so I got that to drop really early, and I just like having fun with messing around with different builds using that mod. So it's a lot of fun just messing around in there. And now that I'm 40, I've been trying to get all these different unique weapons and messing around with different builds and stuff to get to the peak of the end game, which you have different chaos. They call it chaos mode or something, chaos levels. So there's like 20 chaos levels. I'm at chaos level 7 right now, I think. So
okay. You liking it better than Borderlands
just
3
like
then?
What was that?
You liking it better than Borderlands 3?
Oh yeah, so far it's definitely filled that itch way better. than Borderlands. Like Borderlands 3 at the time I was doing it, it was like so good. Like we're back in Borderlands and stuff, but it definitely died off a lot quicker, and the story was just so bad. Here, the story is fine. There's nothing crazy, revolutionary about it, and it's not really like gonna, blow people's socks off or anything. It's just pretty generic, but it's not bad like Borderlands was bad. And everything here is like the quality, like quality of life stuff they do here is good. They made it a lot easier to jump around places and get back to places. But yeah, everything about this has been an improvement on what Borderlands 3 had learned, and like they put it together here really well, and made it more unique because you're creating your own character instead of having a character, and you're fantasy based, so it's a little more interesting, there. And then the only other thing I played was a 4X game, which is a board game called Twilight Imperium on Sunday, which took 12 hours.
Holy shit!
It was a very long game, but that is the game. Like you play this game, you are sitting down expecting to do like a 12-hour session of it, and it was a lot of fun. So essentially, just space races, trying to get as many points as you can to get to 10 points essentially first, and just flying around the galaxy, taking over planets, destroying each other, gathering resources. So it's a lot of fun, a lot of, like player interaction stuff. So there's 7 of us playing that, which was really neat. Good times.
Wow, holy hell! A
So I
long
wanted to put
session.
that out there because
12
it's definitely
hours.
one of those. Yeah, it's one of those games where it's like, all right, well, we'll get this like once a year, maybe twice a year, kind of thing. So.
All right, Mike.
So I have platinumed Horizon Forbidden West.
Yay!
Look at you, man.
Which is the hard. It's so stupid. The last platinum I got was a dumb one where you just have to glide continuously for a long time because it's one of those random ones.
Achievement you needed.
Yeah, that was the last achievement. However, and this is a little bit of a problem. I've done every quest in the game, and every like side quest, and so I have all the achievements, but I don't have a single legendary weapon or armor all the way upgraded. The upgrades are so like the amount of high level machine parts you need to upgrade things are ridiculous, and that's the only thing I would have to do at this point, and beat the arena challenges, which are also very difficult.
You don't have to do it to platinum.
I don't have to, but it's like I have these legendary weapons and I have nothing to do with them, and I haven't even seen them at like their full power, and I've done literally everything else in the game already. The only goals I would have is the farm to upgrade them, which I did for a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, I'll stop now because
what's the point? You already conquered everything.
Like,
yeah.
I did, but because I kind of like I've had them, and it's annoying because when without any upgrades, which I have a few on the things I use, the legendaries I use, but when they have no upgrades, they're worse than fully upgraded like purple or something. So they're almost useless, and they're the rewards you get for completing like entire like categories of quests, like you found all these things or you cleared all the rebel camps and all that stuff. So you get them and at the end, and you feel like they're big rewards, but you don't feel like it really until you spend a lot of time upgrading them. So there's part of me that still wants to go back and do that more, but I don't know. I did move on though to the Kaido File DLC, Kaido Files for Lost Judgment. And that's this is the first Yakuza DLC is normally not really anything. It's like little like aesthetic packs or girlfriend packs, more characters you can meet, or you get some bonus items. Normally it's just garbage, but this is a substantial standalone single player story that's added on. Obviously, if you recall the main character, Yagami, he's the guy who sort of in that like likeness dispute with his his company a little bit with Sega, so
yeah,
obviously he wasn't going to be involved here, but so you're like his right hand man, the sort of more of a Yakuza character, and so you take control of him when Yagami's out of town trying to do his detective stuff, And it's good. It's the same stuff really as Lost Judgment. Obviously, he has two different fighting styles, and it's fun. So I've been playing through that. I put a few hours in it already. It's good. We'll see where the story goes. It's definitely a totally separate story, and I think it takes place after the events of the main game, which I like. I hate when DLCs pretends to be like in the middle of the story or before it, because it gets all kind of messy mentally. But
Yeah.
no, it's fun, and I actually found myself like, oh, interiors. I kind of miss interiors in games because I've been playing Horizon for so long. I have 125 hours in that game, and it looks great. The biomes are great. The interiors in the game aren't great. They all look the same, but everything else looks great. But I was ready for a little urban place with like, oh, that's an office. Let's explore this room. Like it's just a different feel. So I'm glad I'm doing something a little different here, and I don't think it'll take me too long, especially since I don't think there's actually any side quests included in this, which is kind of weird for Yakuza or Judgment content, but I'm sure that it'll be fine. I'll just go through it, and if I really want to screw around, I can play Virtua Fighter in the arcade, so there's always that.
Cool.
Okay, let's get some news. Let's kick it off with the Activision Blizzard news that started last week on April 7th, which was that they were going to be giving their quality assurance testers, 1,100 of them, increased pay, converted from contract to full-time. Huge increase, right? Good stuff, right? That's always good.
Right after what Capcom we talked about.
Don't you have the tweet there?
Oh yeah, I'm reading it.
Well, I think
I'm setting up
laying it
the
up,
next part.
Tony.
I'm waiting for the thing to drop.
Oh, okay.
So here's the drop. Activision will not give raises to Raven QA testers who are unionizing due to our legal obligations under the National Labor Relations Act. So there's the catch. So if you're not unionized, you cannot get this raise. Trying to discourage the industry from unionizing, obviously, in this situation. But as Raven has already
placed beforehand or not, but like, if they, I don't know what you can do at that point. You just have to renegotiate it later.
Yeah. I mean, the idea of the union is they're going to negotiate for you to get those raises. But the problem is Raven's kind of it's great that they unionize, but now that you have the people that are getting the pay increase, it kind of deters them from trying to also help that powerful.
Absolutely. That's the only reason.
Oh, I know that's what it is.
Like, yeah, on the surface, it's obviously a good thing, but they did this to deter anybody from ever trying to unionize from any one of their other companies.
Strongly discourage. Yes, it's just unbelievable that that's what is included in that won't include that. It was a great story that came out from Jason Schreier, and I was like, wow, and I think he was even surprised by the announcement of this. And then obviously you see the later announcement where they won't give unions raises. Yeah, Activision still in the news. You can't get. It's just yeah.
It can't just be like a complete W. It's got to be a little. Feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can
every step
safely
forward,
say
they're taking at least another step back.
I mean, it's been this for a while, but fuck Activision. That's pretty much where we're at still. So there's only a few companies that get that status from us, and we can take it back. We have congratulated companies for pulling themselves out of the cesspool that they were in and becoming a viable, great company again, and we recognize that on this podcast. So you have a chance, Activision Blizzard. However, I don't hold out a lot of hope for this. It's just unbelievable. So I don't know. We'll see. What else we have here in the news? We've got. Let me get to it. All right. Oh, last week, this is funny timing. Last week, I believe we were talking about how where's season 2 of Halo Infinite. Right? I think we were talking about that on the podcast. I think the day after they announced. Season 2 arrives May 3rd.
Now, they did mention earlier that Season 2 would be May, which they've said way back in, like, November, so we're, like, this long for Season 1. And also, being how, at the pace that they've been releasing things, there's was growing skepticism that was even going to happen because they really didn't
Yeah.
say anything up until this point. So May it's not May like 29th or anything like that. So I guess that's good news.
Yeah, I
And-
mean,
3 weeks
Yeah.
away.
yeah,
it,
um,
not far away. It's one battle arena they're adding.
I think they're adding one of each.
Yeah, one battle arena map, one arena map, one
Big team
BTB map. Yeah, new battle pass, 1,000 credits earnable in the premium tier of battle pass. New and returning game types such as Last Spartan Standing and King of the Hill. Co-op still slated for mid-season 2 update.
Yeah. Hopefully the season 2 doesn't go 6 months as well, though.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd still be
Because you're still
summer
giving them.
if we. Oh, God.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that would because that would mean you would expect co-op, what, like August?
September. Yeah, right there. Yeah, almost a year old into the game at that point, and you release co-op.
Yeah, but it's good that something's finally getting added and changes, but it's also like at this point it's kind of not that much still.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Like-
6 months.
It's like
for-
it's not gonna be enough
two
to bring
maps?
people back to.
No, it's not.
Like
I mean, I'll give it a
has so much
look, but
momentum.
we'll see. I don't know how
It has
long I'll give
power.
it a look for.
Yeah. So, all right. What else we have here? We've got the news about. Oh, Epic. Epic announced a $2 billion round of funding to advance company's vision to build the metaverse and support its continued growth. Existing investors, Sony, as well as KIRKBI, which is the company behind the Lego Group, have each invested more into their company now. So Sony's dove deeper into it. I don't know what they're at invest percentage wise into Epic, but I forgot they were invested in Epic at first. I saw this announcement. I'm like, wow, that's huge. And then I'm like, oh wait, they've already kind of in that.
Mhm.
So, which is not a bad thing to be investing in. Like we all said, they want that service game, right? Because they see these profits like crazy. So, interesting. They didn't give any numbers about how much they invested, did they?
I think it was another $1 billion.
Was it another? They put $1 billion in? Oh, each party respectively putting $1 billion in. So those two companies basically snatch up what they Epic was looking to raise. So, wow, that's crazy. Interesting. I mean, Epic's got no issues raising money nowadays with their profits. I mean, with with Fortnite. Fortnite's a huge cash cow for them, where they can just milk that and show good earnings to help raise more money as you go. So,
and talk about like a live service game. Like that's how you do it. Not
Yeah.
Halo.
yeah. How many seasons are they in with Fortnite now?
Dude, a lot.
It's
I don't know.
insane. They've had pretty much every
Well, it's not
game like
just the
character
seasons,
cameo.
It's the content. It's
Yeah.
like adding things that make it interesting, changing stuff up to make it interesting.
yeah.
Constantly giving players a reason to come back. That's what like a live service game is.
Right.
Yeah.
And like as much as we joke about a lot of the stuff that does happen, but like they run stuff that like the kids like. They ran concerts and stuff like that, or like I think they played,
Trailers.
trailers, the Star Wars thing. I want to say did they play they played a movie I thought in game or something. I
It
forget
did.
what it was.
Yeah.
It's
So
Who needs the metaverse? You just got Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I remember when they-
Fortnite is its own metaverse.
it
It's
is
why
it
Sony is paying them money. They're like,
Yep.
teach us, please. Here's $1 billion.
Yep.
We're gonna make tenfold on this investment.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Which just makes sense for them because then they get the Unreal license. I'm sure they got a better deal off of that too.
I'm sure they did. Absolutely. I mean, Unreal
They
5
also
is
have
quite
their
popular.
Horizon engine also, whatever that's called, the Gorilla one.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
pretty.
Oh, yeah.
decent,
Yeah.
actually.
I forgot.
So-
It's the same one they used in Death Stranding. I don't remember what it's
Well,
called.
Kojima
though.
got to look at the whole thing.
Yeah. All right. And that's pretty much it for the gaming news this week. It wasn't too much. I'm expecting NPD soon, right? We should be getting those this week coming up,
Next
if I remember right. Next week? I thought it was
That
not this week. Really?
Suikoden and Spiritual Successors got like a prequel coming out next month too.
What's the name of that?
It was like a bonus game. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'm kind of into that, so let's take that out. Cool. All right. I guess that's gonna wrap up this episode of the Gamecast. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Once again, we are on Twitch streaming on Tuesday nights starting at 8 o'clock. So tune into the Moviecast and the Gamecast. Write us questions during the stream. We'll gladly answer them. Also, you can email us for questions at allyoucangeek@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter, on Facebook. We post our podcast to the audio versions on Spotify and iTunes. So tune into those, and we will see you guys next week. We're done.